Today is Wednesday, March the 2nd, 2022. I'm Keith Ward, and welcome to another episode of Homeless on the Space Coast. And today I'm being joined by, what is your name, sir?
Ramon Chapa.
And your name, sir?
I'm Jason Perez.
And how old are you, Ramon?
50.
50. And how old are you, Jason?
I'm 33.
33 years old. And we met today. You guys were outside of Publix, and we had a sandwich today over at Subway and
Delicious.
and whatnot.
That was excellent. We were starving. We were starving. We didn't know what we were doing when we got to Titusville by default, and we said, you know what, let's go to Publix and just kind of see what happens, and that's when we ran into you. So that was right on. Yeah, it was.
Cool. Okay. And you guys just give me a little brief history of yourself. Ramon, if you want to tell me a little about yourself, like how you grew up, where you grew up.
Yeah, I grew up in West Palm Beach, Florida. You know,
Okay.
I have one brother. Unfortunately, he passed away. My mother passed away a couple years ago. And you know, I went and did a little prison time.
When you say a little, how long?
26 years.
26. So just a little.
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit. And you went to prison for
bank robbery.
bank robbery. Okay.
You know, and from there I got out, and I just got out June 6th last year.
Did you retrieve the money yet? And if not, do you need a partner?
No, I mean, a lot of the money I spent on lawyer fees, and you know, I took care of my mother while I was in, you know, sent her money, and
Plus, they kind of wanted most of it back.
Oh yeah, they got me as a 1.2 million restitution right now.
Oh, okay.
You know, I owe them a little bit of money. You know?
Yeah,
But, you know, I learned my lessons. You know, it was just I think a phase that I went through, and I don't want to go through that phase no more.
Right.
You know, so.
Well, did you grow up with a life of privilege and things, or did you grow up kind of poor?
Yeah, we grew up kind of poor. I mean, I remember times we all we had to eat was beans and rice. You know, and I mean, my mom provided the best she could. You know, she took care of me the best she could. You know, she did no wrong. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, because you know, it's usually not the Trump or the Obama kids knocking over the local liquor store. Or, you know, they've got enough to eat, and you know, things like that. You know.
I mean, you know, my childhood was, you know, it was the best that, you know, I could have had. I just made my own choices. You know, I made the wrong choices, and you know, I paid for them. You know, and I mean, it is what it is. You know.
Yeah.
But
you learn for those mistakes, right?
Of course. Yes,
and
sir.
you don't plan on going back,
No,
right?
Sir. No.
And you're not on paper, as guys would say.
No. I was on probation when I got out of Fed prison.
Okay.
For 4 months, and you know, I'm done with that.
Okay. And how about you, Jason? Have you done some prison time?
A very short little prison bid. I got out about 4 months ago.
For bank robbery also?
No, not for bank robbery. No, not for bank robbery. No, for being under the influence and fighting with the police. And while I was in a blackout, not the first time that's happened, but definitely the first battery on law enforcement. To that point, I had gotten a lot of you know, public intoxications and possessions of this, that, or the other, amphetamines and marijuana, DUIs, and then it started becoming, my petty theft record started getting out of control, because when I was 18, I had a friend, and we were trying to get away from Walmart, and a loss prevention guy tried to hold on to the vehicle, which was not a smart decision on his part, because I hit the gas while my friend was in the driver's seat with my foot, and he got slung, and they were trying to wrap us up in a whole bunch of stuff with that. That was my first petty theft as an accessory, guilty by association, and in that whole incident, they were trying to put a whole bunch of issues with that. But I initially started racking up petty thefts to where they became habitualized, and that was all just basically to supply a habit, you know. And
so this was all because of you had. And when was the first time that you had gotten into drugs? Like, how old were you?
I was.
Were you on them like full time?
11 years old when I started huffing inhalants, duster, and doing the things that, you know, most kids in elementary, junior high started experimenting with. But because I was homeschooled my whole life, I didn't really have a guide and all that. So my accession was just to go big or go home. And I mean, in my teen years, I was huffing, you know, 12 cans of paint or duster a day, and drinking endless, stealing. I was running the pharmacies out of cough medicine, and I just started using whatever I could get my hands on. Initially graduated to better drugs and more expensive things as I got older, but then as I come out on the streets, you go right back. It's like you have to pay the piper one day, and it's like you go right back to the same stuff you did when you were a kid, because it's the only thing that you can basically supply for yourself in order to stay high.
Well, and the people at home don't know watching this, but we kind of went through a whole thing, had a problem with the camera, but you know, you told me your lifestyle, and you had a life of privilege, and your parents homeschooled, they were Christians, they raised you in the church, you were raised with values,
and they were very protective. I was the oldest, and you know, the reason for the homeschooling, you know, was because they wanted to basically, you know, keep my interaction with other kids, because we moved around a lot.
Yeah, they didn't want you to be corrupted. They didn't want you to go to drugs and alcohol and crime and all the things that you ended up doing anyway.
Yeah, they tried their very best, but it's like, as you know, as you keep, you know, someone away from the fire for so long, initially they're gonna eventually wonder if it's hot or not. And then when you get burned, sometimes you just realize that it's just it's a downward spiral. And it's like what I heard in a film one time with the late and great now deceased Heath Ledger, who actually I got to work with the guy that actually said this line. He said, when you want to stop, when you can stop, you don't want to stop, but then when you want to stop, you're not able to stop. And that's kind of where I found myself, was when I realized that my life was going downhill. I tried everything I could to basically pull out of the business I was in, to be around new people. I started, you know, doing the recovery meetings, started going into treatment programs and stuff, and I would get, you know, a year or whatever, a clean time, or 6 months or whatever. And initially, whenever I found myself, you know, back in this predicament due to whatever, then that's when the problems, that's when the misery gets refunded, I guess they say.
So you said you had some, I guess, spoken word stuff you wanted to share with everyone, kind of about addiction and stuff like that. We're just kind of just doing a little short thing here. You know, unfortunately, guys, you know, like I said, I had a problem earlier, and I hate to spoil it and stuff, you know, but I just,
it's all good.
you know, with time and everything. But but I thought what you had to share was important.
All right, I'll give you two. I'll give you one that's kind of it's kind of embedded in my struggle and just the kind of the life that I found myself in. You know, it's like well, I can put it out in words better than I can try to explain it right now. So I'll start. My days laced with exhibit the grit, stuffing my veins with toxic. I watch the news and the death toll just won't quit. Was there more to my life than just getting lit? I'm tired of running. I'm tired of struggling. I'm tired of going to bed still hungry. I'm tired of mixing that soda, flipping those licks, dodging these crackers, chasing these tricks. As I look for a front door to kick, coming off a down, I'm sick. Just got evicted right before Christmas. Detoxing again, my realities have shifted. Flicking cigs, flushing the unbleached rigs. Uncomfortable, but it's understandable, because empty dope bags no longer rinse beneath my mandibles. I can't lose hope, I gotta learn to cope, maybe without smoking dope, while I climb a slippery slope. That rope once tied around my throat. Break this bondage as I pay homage to those lost souls that have passed before me. What does the score be? This is cutting to the core of me when I think of all the time that I've wasted living in fear. As for me now, let my vision be clear. Please hear my voice as I cry, His will be done, not mine. I surrender my will, my life, my knife. Bump addiction, it's my prediction. With God's help, anyone can beat this terrible affliction. I put down the double cup and tighten up. I've been saved by grace. That's what's up. All right, that's one. That's titled X, and this is just another thing that I wrote about 8 years ago. I've written a lot of stuff, but this is one thing that I used to keep When I used to stay at a halfway house, I used to put it up on the mirror in the morning and read it to myself. And that's probably why I have it memorized. But it goes like this. Just for today, I will say that I don't have to live that way, the way that I did before. Demons steady pace my front door, but I fear not, for you are with me. I hear my higher power's voice saying, Jason, you've waited long enough, for this will be your finest hour. When I head out the door, I prepare to face them. This thing, addiction, is determined to kill me yet, but not today. The bullets of temptation screech past. I just keep moving. Thank God for those willing to fight by my side, willing to fight for their lives. As darkness falls and we light the torch for those that have been lost, today has been a victory for a recovery and a loss for addiction. But tomorrow, we'll be back on the front lines because every day is a fight of its own. But we, my friends, have a gift like a light that shines bright in a world of darkness that is rapidly losing hope. Please believe me when I tell you that we have hope. We welcome you, brothers and sisters, with open arms to a life worth living, a life with a purpose. Welcome to the fellowship. Welcome to your new lives in recovery. Thank you.
Awesome. Hey, do you have any friends or family or anybody that might see this that you have any messages for? Ramon, how about you? Let's start with you, bud.
Yes, sir. I just want to say a little prayer for my brother. He's up in heaven right now. He's in a better place. And God bless him. I love him very much. And I have a cousin that stays in Daytona. His name is Stephen Liao. And if you're looking at this, cousin, just try to touch him, get in touch with me or whatever, you know what I'm saying, the best way, possible. I'm still out here, man. I love you, bro.
Okay, and how about you, Jason?
Yeah, I want to say hi to my family, to my mother and father, and to my siblings, to my brothers. Kevin.
What are their names?
Kevin, Justin, and Ryan.
Okay.
Are my three little brothers. I want to say hi to them and tell them that I'm praying for them. I love them very much. I can't wait to see them soon. I can't wait to see my mom real soon. I have so much love for my mom. Mom, I'll always love you. And to my dad, I love you, Dad. And I can't wait to see you guys real soon. I'm out here, and we're making the best out of it. I love you guys, and stay safe, and just take care. I miss you all.
Awesome. Hey, either one of you guys need to use a phone? Do you know any numbers of any friends, family?
Yeah, I'd like to call my family.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
All right.